Hi, welcome to King Motors. You've clicked the link to our 2018 BMW X5 X40e plug-in hybrid. I'm going to take you out for a drive in it now, try and show you some of the functions and switches and features and that kind of stuff. Talk you through hybrid, that kind of stuff, just to allay some of your fears. Other than that though, there's a link in the video description if you find it on YouTube or something. Don't forget to like and subscribe when you're there. Click that link, takes you right back to the ad and shows you all the specific details, how to finance, the mileage, all that kind of stuff. Other than that though, I just want to put the price here as to what you can finance this car from through us, should you choose to. So here we are out in the X5, and as always with the hybrid stuff, you're struck by the quietness of them. It's a kind of an eerie feeling, but it's exaggerated in these X5s because you're sitting up so high away from everything. You're quite a distance away from your tires and everything, so even the tire noise is lessened hugely in it. So it's a real nice experience. But the second thing you're struck by is just the sheer scale of this car. It's a huge thing. Absolutely gorgeous. I have a soft spot for big proper off-roaders, like real full-size Jeeps, and they weren't a realistic proposition, should I say, for the last 10-15 years, certainly since the new tax bans, because the tax was prohibitive on them, and then they had DPF filters and stuff, and they didn't like being in town. A big diesel needs to be out and run. It cannot sit in town all day, or it just clogs itself up and it costs thousands and thousands and thousands, where this plug-in hybrid stuff just negates that completely. You get to have a big, huge 7-seater again, or a big, not should I say a 5-seater, big, huge Jeep in the city again. The 7-seater point actually brings me to another point. This model of X5 was the first one to ever come out with 7 seats, or the potential for 7 seats. However, in the hybrid, they had to remove the 7 seats because that's where your batteries and stuff live now. But what that actually does is it gives you this gigantic boot. So a super utilitarian thing, like really, really usable. Very capable machine off-road as well. But that brings me on to another point. The next most striking thing about this car is just how high you sit up. Your command of the road is fantastic. It's real king of the road, so just lovely. Like, I can see over the roof of pretty much, if there's 5 cars in front of me, I can see over the roof of them all. Wonderful for like down the motorway and stuff. I drove this one to Waterford last week myself. My wife is from there, and it was just fantastic. Like, you can see miles ahead down the motorway. It takes all the anxiety out of that sort of driving. For me anyway, I'm always worried about what's happening way up the road in case I have to brake hard. So in a big thing like this, you can see over all that, and it's fantastic. Then the other sort of party piece of the X5 from the very first generation of them was the fact that you got in it and it felt like a car. It drives just like a car. Most other large SUV, Jeep type products are a completely different experience. They're very wallowy and they're very top heavy. You have to change your driving style for them to make them work, or else you literally turn them upside down. That doesn't happen in the likes of these X5s. This car, you could get in it from any car into this, and the main difference is just how much you can see. It won't feel any different. It drives exactly the same. Then I'll just circle back around onto the hybrid function in these things, just to explain how they work. I literally had a phone call this morning from a lady who was just curious about them and kind of afraid of the whole hybrid thing. Do not be afraid of the hybrid aspect, one jot. It's a really old technology. It's been in trains for a million years. I think it's 60 years they're in trains. What kept them from the car market was where a train can carry 100 tons worth of batteries. The car couldn't obviously do that. When batteries got better and more efficient and more compact, you could put them in cars. So suddenly the system was available in cars. The other thing about it, it makes the entire drivetrain extremely lazy. So there's very little stress on any of the components or any of that kind of stuff. So in terms of reliability, we found them to be absolutely stunning. Like, just no problems in terms of reliability. I'm going to put a little graph up here just to show you how they work. So if you want to pause the video there, you can have a look at it. However, I'll just move on. The servicing for the cars is lower on account of the fact that they don't really do much. And the full hybrid system in this car is not serviceable, despite what you might be told from a main dealer, let's just say. It's being currently used as a stick to hit people with the hybrid factor, but it really shouldn't be. There's a standard 4-cylinder petrol engine at the front, there's an electric motor in the middle, and a normal gearbox. It's just a standard 4-cylinder service. So no one really should be getting you on that. It's not very fair if they are doing it. And certainly if you buy the car from us, and even if you didn't, come to us, we'll service the car for a fraction of the price. And there's nothing technically advanced in these, really. You know, there's no voodoo hiding in this system. It's easy. That's kind of it though. I'll stop talking about the car there. I'll just move on to us briefly in these distance selling times, just to sort of let you know who we are. we were one of the first ever second-hand dealers to be an SIMI dealer, and now we're an AA approved dealer on top of that. The AA approval allows us to offer up to 2 years of warranty on the cars with a 101-point pre-sale check before they ever leave the premises. Other than that, it says a lot about the type of people we are and the type of business we are. I always say it, but the AA are really brand protective. They won't just allow anyone be an ambassador for them because they don't want their own reputation damaged. So I think it says a lot about it. Other than that, with 50 plus 5-star Google reviews, we'd love you to read them just to see how other people got on with us. But that's kind of it. I'll leave it there. I suppose the last thing I'll say is, if you're curious about these things and you don't know whether they'll work for you or they won't, give me a call. If they work for you, they're fantastic things. If they don't, they don't. And I'll be the first to tell you, because we won't put you in the wrong car, and I promise you that. But that's kind of it. I'm going to wrap it up there. I want to say goodbye. Thanks for watching the video. We appreciate you taking the time to do it. Hopefully it showed you some of the nice touches on the car, some of the lovely interior bits, all that kind of stuff, what they're about, answered a few of your questions, but more importantly showed you who we are. But that's it again. I just want to say thanks again, and hopefully we will see you soon.